High income can exist alongside low net worth if spending increases to match earnings. Those who build wealth often seem unremarkable because they prioritize capital preservation over showcasing their wealth. They aim for financial independence and view lavish spending as a risk to their long-term stability. Their daily habits revolve around maximizing saving and investing potential, rather than just pursuing higher income or bigger homes. A typical behavior is maintaining strict control over expenses, even as income rises and credit becomes more accessible. They develop routines that turn their time and effort into assets, rather than allowing expenses to consume their resources. Research highlights a limited range of behaviors that effectively differentiate wealth accumulators from those who struggle to save. These habits include living beneath their means, creating budgets, and making spending choices where they refuse to compete. This video takes inspiration from The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko, a book worth reading. Subscribe for more insightful content that transforms your understanding of behavior, spending choices, and career strategies into actionable rules. To assess your financial progress, shift your focus from income bragging to a net worth target based on both age and household income. A straightforward formula involves multiplying your age by your realized pre-tax income, excluding any inheritances, and then dividing that number by 10. This target figure serves as a benchmark for evaluating whether your saving and investing rates are in line with your current earnings. Those who significantly exceed this expected amount are considered prodigious accumulators, while those who fall short are seen as under-accumulators. The disparity between these groups usually isn't due to luck. It reflects consistent decisions regarding consumption, planning, and asset accumulation. You can be wealthier than your peers without being a millionaire if your asset-to-income ratio is strong. This perspective raises an important question. How long could you cover your expenses if your work were to cease tomorrow? If the answer is just a few years or less, it indicates that while your income may be high, your financial independence is precarious. Conversely, if you can sustain your expenses for a decade or more, your financial behaviors have cultivated resilience that income alone cannot achieve. Regularly monitor this gap, as it reveals which habits need immediate attention and correction. Building net worth begins with living significantly below your means, rather than simply pursuing higher income every year. This approach isn't about deprivation, it's about making intentional choices in consumption and channeling the extra funds into assets. A budget acts as a proactive decision-making tool, guiding your spending before habits can dictate your choices. Thoughtful planning minimizes waste by identifying what truly matters and avoiding purchases driven by the desire for status. Disciplined households effectively allocate their time, energy, and finances, keeping their saving rates steady. They track their spending habits and make prompt adjustments whenever their expenses start to outpace their income. They prioritize investing before dispersing their funds, ensuring that what's left aligns with a realistic spending limit, rather than mere hope. Over time, this strategy curbs lifestyle inflation and keeps debt from becoming an unrecognized burden. Without proper planning, even those with sizable incomes can easily slip into a cycle of overspending, as the default tendency is to consume more. The solution is straightforward. Establish a spending ceiling, document it, and review it regularly. Status-driven purchases may seem like rewards, but they often erode the wealth that could have been built. Vehicles are a prime example. Their purchase price and frequent upgrades convert valuable capital into assets that lose value quickly. Comparing vehicle models as status symbols leads buyers to opt for higher payments, which can limit their investing capacity for years. Savvy households intentionally select practical vehicles, keep them for longer, and steer clear of leases that lead to high expenditures. They view the choice of car as part of a bigger equation involving consumption and asset accumulation. Since financial assets tend to appreciate, opting for a lower-cost car helps preserve money that can grow over decades. This approach doesn't demand extreme frugality, it simply requires avoiding competition in conspicuous consumption. The essential strategy is to align purchases with your priorities, allowing others to pursue status without getting involved. Once you choose a modest vehicle, it becomes simpler to make other financial decisions since your baseline expenses remain manageable. If you're interested in more insights like this, consider subscribing for additional chapters that explore how everyday purchases impact long-term wealth. Family assistance can either foster independence in adults or prolonged dependency, depending on how it is organised. Research highlights the difference between households that raise financially independent adult children and those that support ongoing consumption. Regular cash transfers may maintain a comfortable lifestyle, but they often prevent the development of essential skills for self-sufficiency. Assistance that is linked to assets, education, or productive ownership is far more impactful than simply covering routine expenses that seem never-ending. Parents who prioritise self-reliance establish clear boundaries, allowing their children to encounter normal challenges while learning to earn. This strategy reduces feelings of entitlement and enhances decision-making, because support is earned through accountability. It also safeguards parents' financial futures, as constant financial support can jeopardise retirement plans and breed resentment within families. A useful measure of support is whether it enhances future earning potential or merely sustains a more pleasant version of the present. The ultimate aim is to cultivate adult children who can stand on their own, rather than individuals who require ongoing financial assistance. When families synchronise support with the goal of independence, wealth transforms into a tool for capability instead of a means of control. Wealthy parents are defined not by the amount they give, but by the impact of their giving in fostering capable and independent adults. Children develop self-management skills when they consistently connect work, spending, and consequences within their environment. Protecting someone from all ordinary challenges fosters dependency rather than resilience. A healthier approach involves instilling effort, responsibility, and honesty as the family's core values. When independence is the expectation, adult children tend to budget wisely, avoid debt, and steadily build assets. Conversely, when subsidies are the expectation, adult children are inclined to overspend, believing that help will always be available. This distinction influences wealth outcomes, as financial transfers often replace the need for saving and investing rather than simply supplementing them. It also shapes character, as habits that contribute to increasing net worth stem from years of exercising self-control. Parents can reinforce values and learning, while also refusing to support a lifestyle that surpasses what is earned. The ultimate goal is to cultivate a family culture where independence is viewed as the norm rather than the exception. Wealth accumulation relies on the products you offer, the clients you serve, and your control over the financial aspects of your work. Targeting market opportunities involves selecting customers with purchasing power and delivering solutions to their costly problems. Catering to affluent households can significantly enhance your wealth, even if those customers are cost-conscious in other areas. They are willing to invest in professional guidance, healthcare, education, and products that contribute to long-term benefits. Many households of millionaires are entrepreneurs or business leaders, which connects wealth accumulation to owning equity and exercising decision-making power. Your profession is vital because some industries promote high spending and reliance on external validation, while others encourage reinvesting profits. Finding the right niche minimizes competition, allowing you to compete based on expertise and establish trust rather than relying on flashy marketing. When you align that niche with disciplined personal finance habits, you accumulate surplus capital at a faster pace, making risk management easier. This illustrates that your choices in market opportunities and career paths should be integrated with your budgeting and investment plans. Subscribe, and in our next session, we will outline these strategies into actionable, weekly checkpoints you can complete in under 20 minutes.